Hi, how's everyone doing? Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get the game pulled up right now. But yeah, no, it's been a decent amount of time. Thank you for the follow, I really do appreciate it. Welcome into my stream. Give me 1 second while I get the game pulled up. I have to be really quiet because my parents are home. And because my parents are home, they are currently sleeping right now. Something about work or something like that, but they stayed up super late, and so I have to be like super quiet. Hi, welcome into the stream. We're just doing Stardew Valley right now. We started up a Stardew Valley, I think a few days ago, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I'm still getting everything sorted. But yeah, no, how's everyone been doing? About to head to work in 2 hours. Yeah, today's stream's probably gonna be, I would say probably pretty short because I have like another thing planned like tomorrow. Sounding like Moist Critical with that monotone voice. Yeah. I don't know. I just have to be super quiet. I don't want to get in trouble because my parents got home yesterday and they were working super late. So I have been trying to kind of like keep my voice down so I'm not like gonna get in trouble, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm usually a little bit more like active. It also probably doesn't help that I just woke up too. I don't remember what I was doing though from last stream. I think I had done something during this day, but I never went to like sleep, so it never saved any of it, which low-key isn't good. I'm trying to remember what I did. I think it had something to do with going to like some wizard in the game, and then after that we were gonna do something with this geode at the blacksmith. But outside of that, I don't really remember like exactly what we were doing. I was also told that I should probably keep these starred potatoes or any starred vegetables that I end up getting because they're pretty important. Outside of that, that's really all I remember from last stream because it has been like 2 days. I switched to another game. I think it was, what was it? I played another game yesterday, or was it not yesterday? It was 2 days ago. I played another game 2 days ago and I don't remember if I ended up enjoying that game a lot. It was kind of like half and half, if that makes sense. Hi J-Dog, welcome into the stream. My name is Ren/Treat. How's your day been? We're just playing some Stardew Valley. I do want to clarify that I have technically played Stardew before. I just haven't played it in a really long time, so I don't remember anything at all, like not even the faintest bit of it. So I'm just calling it my first playthrough, if that makes sense. Sorry, it's just I also just woke up, so it's like kind of killing me right now. All right, so let me see if I remember exactly what we're trying to do. So we need to go to the wizard. which is I think to the left of the town. And at the wizard, I think he was gonna explain something about some creatures we found inside the town community hall. How's the dentistry coming along? The dentistry's doing good. I'm applied to a lot of different schools right now, but I'm still waiting for interview requests to come in so I can actually interview for them. But I applied a little bit late again. So if anything, I'm probably gonna be a little bit delayed on hearing any news from that. Good afternoon, Tree. How are you? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Panda is doing good. If you don't know who Panda is, that's my dog. I currently have my dog at home with me. He is outside right now. He finished eating for this morning. I think he's still tired, so he's just taking a nap. I mean, that's just kind of what happens with older dogs. I think they just sleep a decent amount. So this is the wizard tower. I think we had this conversation last time, so I'm actually going to skip it, which, you know, is fine because I kind of already know what he was gonna say. He was gonna say something about like, oh, you should check out the community hall again, and then after checking out the community hall, where you should be able to read kind of the weird text that was on those like little plaques that we couldn't read earlier. There's an ad. Okay. I don't know how to stop the ad. How do I do that? Is it giving an ad for everyone? That's so weird if it is. Yeah, my bad if it is. I don't know how to stop that. I haven't been on Twitch for a while, so it's like I'm kind of like not super in tuned with how all of that stuff works. Can't stop it once it goes. I see. That makes sense. Well, I don't know if you can hear me then, because, you know, there's just a random ad break. I think it has something to do with the Twitch settings for ads. I did ask somebody else to help me kind of like go through it, and they were saying something about how I should put it to like a specific number so that whenever I stream, there's no pre-roll ads. So for people who are just coming into the stream, they don't have to like watch a pre-roll ad, which, you know, we all know how annoying pre-roll ads are. I missed the part that you were talking about, Panda. Yes. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry about the ad. There's nothing I can do to control it. So Panda, he is my dog. If you don't know, I currently am home with my dog. My parents just came home like not too long ago, and they're sleeping, which is why I am like kind of whisper talking a little bit more today. And so my dog, he's finished eating for today. I took him out, he's done his business, and since he's kind of an older dog, he's like 7 or 8 years old now, he's currently sleeping. And so, you know, that's another reason for me to be a little bit quiet, because my dog always ends up sleeping when my parents sleep. I don't know why. That's just, they're all old. I guess I can be considered into that group if I wasn't streaming. And so, you know, that's kind of the extent of how he's doing right now. So I did make a mistake, and I do remember this now. I sold all of my leeks, dandelions, and horseradish because I didn't know we needed it. I do have the daffodils though, but I didn't remember to save the other ones. So I don't know if they're gonna like have more appear over time, but it could be an issue. The only thing about the ad placement removing pre-roll ads is it requires you to set it to 3 minutes of ads an hour. Yeah, which, I mean, in hindsight, it's not that big of a deal, but also because three minutes an hour, if I stream like 3 hours, that's like 9 minutes. It's not that bad, but like, I don't know how to like, there's no way to reduce that number, which is kind of like dumb. But I guess like Twitch has to make money somehow, right? I mean, if I permanently disable ads, they're gonna add a pre-roll anyway, right? So you're gonna have to deal with ads anyway. I think that's how that works. Like there's no way to skirt around it. I don't think so. At least I don't remember if there was. I don't know if there's like a cool trick that you could end up doing that would make it work. Real Tree Hours. Hi Hexagon, how you doing? Have you planned to do live streams on YouTube? That's a good question. I'm not sure yet. YouTube's one of those weird platforms that I've never tried to I've never actually tried to stream on it before. I don't know how YouTube streaming works. Same thing with TikTok. I was like, I don't know. YouTube streaming feels weird for now, and it's not a platform that I've personally used before, but I am not like against trying it out. And I have talked to one of my friends who knows that I stream, and he has mentioned that I should probably try YouTube streaming to see if that ever, you know, is worth it. Because it's like I think they have like a different system on how live streams work. I'm good. I'm a bit tired is all. Hope you're doing fine. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I have to be a little bit quiet because my parents are home and they're like right next door and they're sleeping. And so I'm really like trying not to be a bother, if that makes sense. I just set the ads to 30 seconds an hour. You get less ads even with the pre-roll. I see. Okay. I'll look into that. And I'll also just kind of ask around and see how that works. But for now, I'm just going to leave it be because I have no clue what it's like doing. I wonder if there's a way to check if it's like actually moving, like if it's actually doing something. Blame the noise on Panda? I wish. But like, so the problem is like my room is directly connected to the living room, right? And my house has this really bad issue of like it echoes. And so like my dad is asleep on the living room couch. My mom is asleep in the room next to me. And then my dog is also sleeping in the living room. So it's like all of that is happening at the same time, if that makes sense. And so it's kind of like, it's a little hard. I'm like a little bit lost on what I should be doing in Stardew because I'm talking so much. Yeah, everyone's asleep and it's a little weird because it is like only, what time is it for me? It's only like 4:30 in the afternoon, but my parents stay up super late for like work stuff and just that's just their schedule. And then my dog just sleeps whenever. So like it's this weird counterproductive thing where I can be louder the later the day goes on, but I have to be quiet earlier on in the mornings, if that makes sense, because they're like night owls, I guess. It's not a huge issue for me because I'm the same way. My schedule has been a little bit more normalized because I've just been spending a little bit more time trying to get into like the groove of things and actually being productive. And it's hard to be productive when you're like tired, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just doing some fishing right now. I need to throw something out because I have like a lot of like free energy, and I don't know, I feel like I need to make more money and plant more crops is like one of the big things that I need to do. But I haven't really I don't really have a plan for that because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. I just know that fishing can make you like some money. That's not bad. I don't know if I want to throw any of this out. Maybe the green algae. I was supposed to take this geo mineral thing to the museum or whatever archaeological building thing it was, but I don't think that's happening today because it's so late already. I mean, by the time I got to the building, it was already 6:10 in game, and I think they close at 6, so that's a big issue. All right, so I think I'm gonna sell the fish now, and then I'm gonna get more seeds for tomorrow. And I don't know if this stuff sells. I'll sell the potatoes, I guess, because I know that probably makes a little bit of money. I'm trying to go for animals at some point. Oh wow, that actually sold for a lot. Wait, what sold for? It's 80 gold per potato. That's not bad. That's crazy. Wait, oh, maybe we should go into potato farming, low key. I'm honestly surprised you didn't bat an eye about there being a capybara in Genshin. It's probably because I saw a TikTok on it a while back. I think it was it's been a few months, has it not? That was added into the game. I saw a TikTok on it while I was doom scrolling one night, and then I was just oh man, they that's something they did, and it's pretty cool. The only issue that I have with Genshin is I haven't played it in a while, and it feels hard to catch up at this point. And so I've kind of just put it on the back burner. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why I did that. It's I think it's still on my phone. I just don't even have it pulled up, but I don't know. I just remember getting to a certain point and the dailies were kind of getting to me because there was just so much repetitive stuff to do at the time, and progress for the game was kind of slowing down because there wasn't a lot of content at the time. And so I was just oh man, I should probably keep it a little bit slow, if that makes sense. And I kind of just put it off because I wanted to save up more content to play through, and then I got so far behind that it was super sad, and I didn't want to go back to it because I was just there's no way that I invest this much time catching up just for new content to come out and then have it to be pushed back again. So that was annoying for me because I was the whole point of me doing all of that was to save up content, but then it put me behind and it made me not want to play more. I'm gonna skip this guy's dialogue because I know what he's gonna say. He's just gonna say something about putting this stuff into the museum. The only issue for me is that I've done all of this before in a previous day. It just didn't save whenever I ended stream last time, which is so annoying. I have to go back and do all of this, which isn't bad. I just forgot. I ran out of things to do on Genshin, so I ended up taking huge breaks until the next update. Yeah, that's kind of the extent of where I was on Genshin 2. It's it's a good game, but you run out of stuff to do once you hit a certain point, unless you're up for the constant grind, which is fair. But then you run out of certain things to do, right? And then when you run out of things to do, you kind of put it on the back burner and kind of let it sit and get more updates and more content. But then if you wait too long, you're behind now. And that was what happened to me, which was super sad. and I just don't like being behind on games because like I get spoiled a lot because I doom scroll on TikTok and stuff. And so like even if I'm not purposefully looking for it, it just comes to me. I don't know why. I guess I just consume that type of content, so it just assumes that I would want to see it. And so I get low-key spoiled, then it makes me not want to play the game. I also have like a really bad addiction with gotchas, in the sense of like a gambling addiction with gotchas. So like I want to try and like roll for characters, like new characters, whenever possible, and money wise that's just not like smart. I'm like trying to find more leeks and spring onions and horseradishes and stuff, but I think I got them all last time. Actually, no, there's some here. So this is the spring onion we need. I need the horseradish, dandelion, which I just found, and leeks, I think. And then that was like most of it that I needed. I mean, I don't think that would be too difficult to find, right? Like there's one right there. That's a horseradish, I think. I have too much stuff in my inventory. What can I drop here? What should I eat? I should just eat this, I think. So I can fit this in my inventory. Kind of a waste, but it's fine. I kind of want to try and get I never did like the community house stuff, so I feel like I need to like tap in and just do that right now. So if anyone has played Stardew Valley and they're watching the stream, do I need multiple of a certain crop, or can I like, do I only need one, like for the spring or collection or whatever it's called in the community house? Because I don't know if it's like if you need multiple, or if it's just like a one-time thing, or if it needs to be like a certain star rating or something like that. It's only one. Okay, and so does it have to be like a certain rating, or can it be anything? Here, let me just confirm, since I have some of the stuff with me. Any rating. Okay, cool. That makes my life like 10 times easier then. So we'll do this, and then we're missing the leek, which I already knew about. We just need to find that. I'm gonna store the rest of this because I don't know if I'm gonna need it, and it's gonna be hard to get once spring kind of moves away, if that makes sense. And I don't want to wait like multiple seasons for it to be able to like respawn. I think that's just gonna make my life like a lot harder. So I think I'm just gonna store them and then just hold them for now until I like end up needing it. Like if it says melon, you bring one melon of any quality. Okay, that makes sense. Makes my life a lot easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Alrighty, I'm gonna head out now. Have a nice stream treat. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Good luck with work. Hope it goes well. Hope there's not too much work to actually do. It's like a slow day, maybe, unless you get paid commission, which is lucky. I'm gonna take some time to probably chop down some. What did I just get? Combat experience. That's cool. I'm gonna take some time to chop down some of the stuff around the farm. I feel like since I have so much surplus energy, and I'm not really sure what I should be doing right now because I don't really have that much money, might as well use that energy to clear this out because we're gonna need the space at some point. Skill books, yeah. I this is completely vanilla, so I didn't even know that existed, I'll be honest with you. So that's kind of cool. I wonder if the marketplace is open right now. 'Cause I am tempted to buy more seeds. 5 iron ore. I can't do that. I don't have like, I don't even know if the mines are open right now for me. Sell that to this guy. There's still technically time for bean starters, but I'm not too keen on them right now. I think we're just gonna go for we'll just do potatoes again, and just kind of, we'll just do a lot of potatoes for now, because they are kind of like mid-range in terms of like price and how much they sell for, because I think they buy for 50, sell for 80, which is about 30 gold. So like, ooh, having 7, that's like, what, how much is that? That's 210 extra gold, something like that. Low-key, not a bad number. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, which fills out that like these 2 rows, which is good. And then that's what I have to do. I have to water the plants. I completely forgot about that. I was like, there's something that I forgot low-key to do, and I forgot that like watering the plants is a thing that I have to do early on in this game. So if I forget a day of watering, do the plants like dry up and die? Or is it more like, fine, I just like miss a day of growth? 'Cause I wonder if I like accidentally miss a day, if that's just gonna like ruin the entire crop patch, or if it like gets close to doing it, or do you have to like miss multiple days to get more water? Yeah, I was thinking just lose a day probably too. I wasn't sure though, which is why I felt like I probably should ask just in case. I don't know. I feel like I have this like issue sometimes where I kind of like hyper focus on something else, so I just completely forgot that I had this kind of like needed to get watered. I think it'll be fine. I think we only missed 1 day, which honestly not that bad, but also kind of sucks because I make a lot of like, or the beans will be producing a lot, and I kind of want them to come up as early as possible. Gonna keep cutting down trees so we can clear out some of this room. Wonder if it's like a lot faster once we get better axe, or if it's gonna be about the same speed. I just like can break different types of trees. I don't really know how that works in this game. Also should check if the mines are open. I don't really remember if that was something that opens like now or not. I'm gonna go store some of this up because we're like losing out on room. There we go. Yeah. I wish there was a way to like sort this. Is there like a sort button? Organize? Oh, there we go. I don't know if the organization on that, it's actually like good or not. It's like one of those things where I'm kind of just like, kind of wing it, see how it works. I should personally organize it soon, but I would need to make more chests. And I still don't know like what I should keep and what I shouldn't. So I'm just kind of trying to keep everything. If that makes sense. I want to play a horror game at some point, but I don't know if that's gonna be like anytime soon with all the people in my house. I want to be like alone playing a horror game, just in the middle of the night, it being pitch dark, just like play something crazy. I kind of miss I especially miss playing the, what is it called, games, the Outlast games. And like I've played Outlast, I think 1 and 2, and I want to try out, like I think it was Outlast Trials. Is that what it's called? It's like one of the, I think it's like the newer one, and it's supposed to be like multiplayer. And I know some people who've tried the game out, but I've personally never tried it myself. And so I was kind of like thinking about doing that, but I wasn't sure if that was like worth my time or not, like if it was a good game or not, or if it was like a different experience. The multiplayer game, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was like worth doing or not, but like I just don't know if it's like a good game or not, basically, because it's one of those things where I kind of only know about it from what other people have said, and I haven't personally tried it out myself, because I used to be really big into horror games, even though I'm like I like playing horror games. I'm just not good with horror games, if that makes sense. Because I remember the last time that I like quote unquote played a horror game, it wasn't the last time, but it was one of the times I played a horror game. This is for the skill book. The last time I played a horror game, I like threw up because it was like too much for me. It was one of those like psychological indie horror games that was made, and I got like recommended to play it, and then like I tried to play it on stream, and I was just like, what is this? And so it like, I don't know, it just kind of got to me. Why am I getting like cryptic messages? Sorry. Just gonna tune that out. I'm getting like cryptic messages on like another social that I have. It's so weird. They're like commenting like random names, and it's just like there's zero context to like why they're commenting these names. It's so weird. It was not like, so I threw up because it just got a little bit overwhelming. It wasn't that there were any jump scares, like it wasn't like those type of games, because I've always said this before, but I think Outlast is an easy game because it's really, you just run away from everything that's chasing you until you like find where you need to go, right? And I think that's very easy, like, because it gives you the option to run. You're empowered with the option to run. But psychological horror games, you kind of just have to sit there and take it. You know, it's meant to mess with your brain. And so it was just really dark. There was just a lot of like, the ambience was just not my thing. The atmosphere was kind of getting to me. And I guess at some point it just kind of overwhelmed me. And so I just couldn't stomach it. And I like kind of threw up a little bit, like, because I took a break to go to the bathroom, and it was not a good time. Yeah, like it wasn't like it was like super bad, but it was one of those things where it kind of just built up over time, like, because you were like, you know, like whenever you walk down like a flight of stairs that's like super dark, right? You're walking down a flight of stairs. It's really, really dark. That's kind of the experience it was. You feel like there's something watching you. You feel like there's something there that you can't see, but nothing's like appearing, but you keep hearing things and seeing things in your like peripheral vision, kind of to the side. And so like that was kind of a big reason why I was like a little bit freaked out whenever I was playing that game. And so I was just like, I can't really handle it. And so I took a break from that game, and I decided to go stream something else because I was just like, I just can't. Right? Like it was just too much. But it wasn't like the game was badly made. It was really well done. It wasn't like the atmosphere, or it wasn't like there was like a nausea factor to it. It was just more like I just didn't feel good. But no, that does make sense. I think whenever I initially played what is that game called? Outlast, like the first Outlast for the first time, I did get a little bit of nausea because what is it called? When you play Outlast, like initially you use like the camcorder to see most of like the dark stuff, right? And so you're using like a little small screen to kind of like help you navigate through like some of the stuff. And so it still felt a little dark and a little grainy, and so it like really took a lot of focus to see exactly what was going on at the time. And so like my eyes were still trying to like adjust to that for like the first stream, and so I did have a little bit of nausea doing that because like my head was hurting trying to figure out what was going on, because you know you're being chased by like multiple things while not being able to really like see. And so it can kind of like get to you, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm just clearing out some of this land. I have to do it at some point. Since I have the time to do it and it doesn't require energy, I'm just cutting the grass first that I can. I'm probably gonna cut down like the small stuff first and leave some of the big stuff, because there's nothing that it would take too much energy and it'll probably take too many days. It could be stress. Yeah, definitely stressful. Because I've played like a decent, like, you know, I think you were probably there for a lot of like the $5 crappy horror game era where like all these different game developers were making like, you know, really cheap horror games that were like $5, and I played like a bunch of those and they were like fine, you know, like Devour, Lunch Lady, like all those games, like those were fine because you just collect stuff. It's like very Slender Man-esque, right? You just collect stuff, you run away from something that's chasing you. Really easy, you know. Those are fine. Yeah, Lunch Lady was fun. I still like, I'll see it sometimes in my like Steam library and I'll just be like, oh my god, I remember exactly, you know, when that whole era was. But then I don't know, it's like not worth going back into the game. Like it's not worth wasting your time to go back and play it because it's the same gameplay loop over and over again. Like, and it's also something I feel like you need to do with friends. Like playing Lunch Lady by yourself is like, it's like going to a restaurant that's like meant for like a group setting by yourself. Like it's a little bit awkward. Like it's not as fun, you know, like that's kind of like how I look at it. It's like if you went to like a Korean barbecue place, right? But you're going by yourself, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like I do that occasionally. Like I'll go to restaurants that are meant for more like group settings by myself because I just like the food there. But it's like, that's not something you do often, you know, because it's like, I like going with friends because you can kind of just sit around and you can chat and have a good time while you like eat. And it's like kind of like a group experience thing. It's like nice. Yeah, it's like one of those games where the gameplay loop is so similar that it's kind of hard to like, how do I say it? It's hard to keep playing the game and not feel like each game is just a repeat of the last. I remember playing Devour, which was another super cheap like horror game. That one had a little bit more to it, to certain like areas and stuff. I've done like a lot of collabs on Devour back in the day, and like I remember one that I did where it was like a spider chasing you. That one was like crazy. That was not my favorite. Not a big fan of spiders. I don't have like arachnophobia, so like I'm not like super stressed about it, but it like wasn't something that I preferred to see. Like I'm not scared of spiders, but I don't like them. But Devour was cool because it had like a little bit more nuance to like what was going on in the game. Like you could choose the different types of stuff that was like going on, like the different maps, and there was like a lot of like cool mechanics to the game itself too. The spider one was definitely one of the worst. Yeah, I remember that one being really bad. Because the first one you play, it's like you're in that, it's with the goats, right? It's like with the goats, and you have like the lady in the house or something like that. And that one I remember being like not too bad. I just don't like how like, so I know like the whole difficulty curve is the more of the goats or whatever you need to collect, like the more you find and you put into like the area that you need to put them at, the more that happens, right? The faster like the entity that's chasing you gets. And I was like not a big fan of that low key because what is it called? It sometimes felt a little bit impossible the closer you got towards the end, because she would just outrun you like just constantly. And so like there were times where you would get so close to beating it, and then she would just like run everyone down because she's just speeding. Like you had to have like a weird strategy where like you had to like get just enough in so that she wasn't super fast, find all the remaining like goats or whatever you needed to find, and then have everyone like have one, and you put them in all at once, so it just ends the game like right there. Spiders in games are usually okay for me, but I have to take care that I don't get surprised by spiders. Yeah, exactly. Like I know exactly like if I go outside right now into my backyard, there is a huge spider just sitting in a bush. Like I've seen it for multiple days, and I was tempted to like get rid of it because I'm not a big fan of spiders, but also it's on a bush that's like in the backyard, but it's nowhere near where I would go. Like I would never like purposefully go to that bush or mess with it. So I'm trying not to like mess with it because one, it like eats bugs, like other bugs like mosquitoes and stuff. So like it's kind of like pest control to an extent, and I'm like trying not to like clear out all of the spiders because they're really good for like pest control, right? And so I'm just trying really hard to kind of move away from like just kind of cleaving through all these spiders, if that makes sense. It feels late in game, but I think I still have time to like cut down maybe a few more trees. I should probably cut down trees anyway because we're gonna need like a lot of wood at some point. Yeah, I feel like I haven't really been focused on Stardew itself. I've just been talking about like these stupid $5 horror games. I think like one game that I really enjoy playing is I think like everyone knows about Lethal Company because like everyone's played a bunch of Lethal. I kind of want to get back into that at some point. I know there's been like a lot of updates since I've last played, but like it's been a little bit of time since I've like played that game. I think there's another, what's another like multiplayer horror game that's like worth playing right now? I saw like Pilgrims was one that I saw on Steam. Outside of like the multiplayer horror game genre, there's also the I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's called what is it called? Lockdown Protocol. It's like Among Us, but it's like 3D. Like you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Pilgrims. I saw it on Steam, and I sent it in like my oh my god, who's this? I sent it into my like chat with friends, like the Discord chat with friends, and like I thought it was cool. But I want to try it out at some point, like one day. I don't know if it's like an inexpensive game though, but I also know like Lockdown Protocol, that's another multiplayer game. That one's more like Among Us, I think. Found it sitting outside of the entrance of your farm. Oh, so we're getting a cat. Okay. But yeah, no, like I thought Lockdown Protocol would be a fun game because it's like one of those games where if you have like a good friend group, it could be really, really cool. Like if you've ever played Among Us, sorry, I'm like super distracted right now. If you've ever played Among Us, it's the same vibe, but also it feels nice that it's like 3D and you can kind of like run around and do a lot of this stuff. Like I've seen so many clips of the game that I think it would be like super fun to try out. Oh, Krampus, thank you for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream, everyone. My name is Ren Nezumi / Treat. Hope your stream was good. How are you doing? Let me do a shout out real quick. If I remember the command. You were also playing Stardew Valley. Hi, welcome in, raiders. How was your stream? Did you have a good time? Let's see. So I should probably clear out some of the small stuff first. But yeah, no, we're currently playing Stardew Valley also. I'm saying it's my first playthrough because I don't remember anything from the game at all, because it's been about 5 years since I've played it, I would say. And so I don't remember anything, but technically it's my second playthrough despite never really finishing my quote unquote first one. I just wanted to start a new one because I was just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm doing good. I was playing a bit of Stardew for the first time in a good bit. Yeah, I gotcha. That's fair. Very similar situation that I'm in right now. We were just talking about like those super cheap like multiplayer games that you'll see on Steam. What are they called? Like you know, like those super cheap like horror games, like Devour, Lunch Lady, that kind of stuff. We were also talking about like the new ones. One of them's called like Pilgrims or something like that. It's like this exploration horror game thing that you play with friends. I don't really know much about it. It's mostly like medieval style horror. I think like a friend of mine might have played it on stream a while back, but I wasn't able to catch that stream, so I have no clue like what the game's actually about. I've seen a lot of like clips also on another game called Lockdown Protocol, which is also like one of those it's like a Among Us kind of style game, but like you get like guns and stuff in it, and I think there's like, you know, it's the same deal where there's like somebody who's like an imposter and everyone's trying to like do tasks and stuff while sussing out like who the imposter is, but there's no like voting or anything like that. Like I think you straight up just kill people. Like you can kill people just whenever. So that's kind of interesting, but I've seen like so many clips on that, but I don't know enough people to actually play a game like that, if that makes sense. Like I think it would be cool. I think the last time I played was over a year ago. They have so much more stuff. Yeah, no, it does seem like there's a lot of stuff, but I haven't gotten to the point where we've actually dived into that. Your IRL friend is playing that and said it was fun. I got you. Yeah, I don't know. I want to play more games with people that I know, but also it's like games can get really expensive, and I don't want it to be a thing where like we play a game, spend like 20 bucks on it and then never play it again, because that's just a waste of money. And I know like money's not super easy to come by for a lot of people right now, and so it's like probably fair that we're not just buying games just because we feel like it, which is like, you know, because it's like single player games. Like I haven't found like a single player game I wanted to play. Like I know the only other single player game that I know of right now that came out that's like pretty good is the Black Myth Wukong game, and I have it. I just don't think I'll be able to stream it because I don't know if my computer can handle streaming it and also playing it at the same time, because it's like I've had issues with that before. Because if you have a VTuber model, that sucks up a lot of like processing power too, and then you have your game, and then you have OBS taking up a little bit of a spot, and then it all kind of just like adds together and like compounds. Maybe if I turn like the settings all the way down, it might run. Yeah, the battle monkey game, exactly. It's fun though. Welcome in, a fatal toxin. How you doing? But like, yeah, no, it's a super interesting game. It gives me very like, I don't know if I want to call it Souls-like, because I think Souls-likes play like a little bit differently. I'm not really sure. The only Souls-like I've played is like Dark Souls 3. That's the only one that I've played and finished. I think it's more like the God of War series, like Ragnarok and stuff like that, which I've never actually played those games either, but I've seen a lot of like content on it. So I watch a lot of videos, and so it gives me that kind of vibe whenever I was playing it, but I can't really say for sure because I've never actually played the God of War games, which, speaking of that, I need to play those because they do seem really good. Dude, that's my friend group's favorite thing to do. We all just get a game to play at one time. No, like, I think I have some friends in the chat, like watching the stream right now. Confirm or deny, do we not sometimes just make a Minecraft server or just buy a random game, play it like a few times, and then just move on to something else? Like right now, we're on the Deadlock train. Yeah, I'm doing good. Appreciate you asking. We're on Deadlock right now. That's like the main game that we're playing right now. I just don't want to play on stream because well, one, none of my friends are on because they have work and stuff, and I'm the only I'm like that one friend that's unemployed, you know what I'm talking about? So like I'm just kind of doing this with my life. But everyone else is playing Deadlock and they're just not home right now, which I might end up playing Deadlock later with them. We'll see. Deadlock, surprisingly, a lot better than I expected it to be. It gave me like Overwatch vibes at first, but then like it was a MOBA. So it was like weird because I used to play a lot of MOBAs. I played Smite for 3 years, and I've been playing League of Legends for just about the same amount of time, maybe more. And so I'm like not that great at MOBAs, but I've played MOBAs and I understand how they work, right? And so like it's like a weird mix of like Overwatch, Smite, and just kind of a mix of that. And so whenever I jumped into Deadlock, it felt really easy to like play the game because I was just like, oh, I've played these type of games before. It's just like a mix of like two different genres, right? And like the shooting aspect, I'm not that good at because I don't play FPS games that much. But I thought it was cool that it was like a MOBA. So like I kind of can abuse the fact that it's a MOBA to win some of these matches because you just push constantly and just wave management stuff, right? But surprisingly, it's like, it's weird. Deadlock is one of those games where I just didn't think that it would do as well as it did whenever I first found out about it. But it has like, I don't know, like 100K concurrent players or something crazy like that, right? Could be wrong. I could be wrong. But it has like something crazy like that. And it's like invite only right now, which makes it even more crazy when you think about it, how a game that's like invite only has that many players. Like it's super cool. Dude, I put way too much time into Smite. I've been playing a bit of Smite 2 also. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Smite 2. I don't really care for this quest, I'll be honest with you right now. I'll probably just wait for it. I don't know how I feel about Smite 2, I'll be completely honest with you, because it's like I'm not sure. Like, well, one, I haven't played Smite in like years, right? I quit Smite to move to League of Legends. I played Smite first and then got into League, so it was like a weird progression there. Secondly, not sure how I feel about Smite 2's decision making on like the skin system, like how they did like the skins, how like the currency that you spent on older skins in Smite and how that got transferred over to Smite 2. Didn't hear good things about that either. I don't know. I think a lot of stuff was a little bit more different than I expected it to be. But mainly I just haven't played Smite in a really long time. So I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I'd get back into it. It was a really big time investment. I also quit League. I only play League because I have friends who play League. And it's one of those things where you'll never catch me in a League game unless it's like a 4 stack or a 5 stack. Because, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of playing League games where everyone just gets super upset. Because I think when you play MOBAs, people get really upset easy for like all types of things in game, and it's just like not really my thing, if that makes sense. Because it's one thing to be upset at a game as a group, but it's like never fun when you're like playing a game with like a big friend group, right? And it's like a 5 stack, and then someone's not having like a good time because you're playing freaking League of Legends. Like, you know, it doesn't matter how well you're doing, someone's not gonna have a good time. And it's just like, it sucks because, you know, that's just like I think Deadlock is similar, but no one is taking Deadlock as seriously as a League game because there's no rank system. It's also a new game, so people are a little bit more lenient with how things are going, and like how you play certain games, because everyone kind of, you know, is getting used to the game right now because it's so new, right? Best way to deal with League is turn off the chat. Exactly. Like, but the thing is, like, what I'm talking about is like when you have issues playing a League game, but you know everyone on your team, right? But you're still having issues, like people are arguing with each other and stuff, and like that's where it's like annoying because you can't just block that out. You know what I mean? Like you have to sit there and you have to like deal with it. Yeah, I know. Like I could never get into Valorant. Valorant was not my my style of game. I'll be completely honest with you. That it was like spring seeds. Assortment of wild spring seeds. What does that mean? Can I plant these? Is it worth planting? But like, yeah, that was kind of like my main thing with like League of Legends and why I ended up like quitting it. But Valorant, I just like didn't end up playing it because it was like, one, I'm bad at shooters. 2, I just don't think that it's my style of game. I think Valorant, like, as much as, thank you for the raid, I really do appreciate it. Wait, no, that was, I read something wrong. I appreciate the follow. I don't know why I like, my brain just like instantly saw, because I have a second monitor and I read it from the bottom instead of the top, and the first thing on the bottom was a raid. I was like, what? Another raid? I was like, what the heck is happening? But yeah, thanks for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Once again, thanks for the raid. Technically that still works because you did raid me, but yeah. Angel, yeah, we are currently playing Stardew Valley. Welcome in, first time chatter. How you doing? We're just kind of just chatting right now while I figure out what I want to do for the day in game. I just got these like spring seeds and I don't know exactly what I want to do with them right now. I guess I'm gonna plant them, but it's like, will these grow into just regular crops I can end up selling, or is it something else? Or is it more like cosmetic? I hope it grows into like actual crops I can sell, because this is like free money. It's gonna take so much time though. I wonder if there's like enough food. I should probably eat some of this stuff to get more energy so I can plant all of this, because my goal is probably to try and plant all of this today on this in-game day, and then probably the next day buy more seeds, because I want to farm as much money as I can, because I want to try and get into like animal stuff at some point, like cows and chickens and stuff, because I know that is a thing in this game. I just haven't gotten to it yet. No problem, I read that stuff wrong all the time, so it's a joke that I can't read. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I appreciate the follow. Thanks so much, Toxin. It does mean a lot. But yeah, no, I'm trying to like, the main thing is like, I also feel like I'm a little bit lost half the time, not in game, but like just streaming in general, because I haven't streamed in a really long time. I think this is like my third stream in, I think about, like, it's my third stream in the last few days. I've streamed for a good while in the past, but I took an 8-month break is what I was trying to say. Sorry. I took a break for 8 months because of school and then some other like personal stuff, because I got in like a really bad car accident. And so I took a huge break, and it's like trying to get back into the groove of things is a little bit weird, because like I'm not a talkative person usually to people that I don't know. And so it's like streaming's weird because you gotta have to actually like talk to a lot of people, if that makes sense. And then for me, like constantly talking isn't like a normal thing for me, right? And so it's just taking time to get used to again, if that makes sense. Like the main issue right now for me is I feel like the longer I stream, my throat can't keep up with like what I'm trying to do, because I just don't talk this much usually, like constantly. Because you know, when you're playing a game with friends, it's like different, because you're not the only one talking. You're like just chatting with people like that, you know, which is like fine. But then when you stream, especially when you're not doing like a collab and you're doing it by yourself, it's like you have to what is it called, you have to like fill in kind of like space. And so you just kind of have to like talk whenever you can, and that's like a skill that's like not difficult, but it's straining for sure. Yeah, you feel that? I gotcha. Yeah, I feel like that's, most people get what I'm talking about where I say that, because it's just like, I think most people that I meet aren't like super big chatters either. I mean, I feel like that's really normal though. Like very rarely will I meet someone who is just naturally so good at speaking that it just, for them, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter who they're talking to, what they're doing. They're just like, they're always on top of their game, which is like crazy. Like I think that's insane. That is such a cool skill to have. And I think that's something you can develop over time for sure. It's just not something that I personally have, if that makes sense, because like I think that what I do nowadays is like 10 times better than what I used to do, because back in the day, like I remember during like my first ever few streams, it was like such a mess, because just talking and like holding a conversation for a long period of time was so difficult. Like I just remember like struggling so much back then, just doing anything really. Yeah, when you stream, anytime you're not saying something you feel like you should be. Exactly. It's like that weird feeling. I think it is definitely more difficult filling in space, like kind of silent space when you stream, because like obviously like I think it's a little bit easier when you do have a chat that interacts with you and actually like has stuff to talk about, which is why like everyone is like super focused on like kind of cultivating a community like that, because it's like it's really nice to be able to chat with people, right? But I think it is really hard when you're like first starting out, or and you like don't really know a lot of people, and you don't really have friends who watch like your streams and stuff, to sit down and just chat. Because I think it's really nice if you can get like a friend or somebody to sit down with you, and like when you stream, like when you're first starting out, have them in chat and kind of like you're just talking through chat, you know. Like I think that's really nice. I think it's a really nice skill to like develop over time, because I think it like has impacts outside of streaming. Like it could help your daily life a lot. And so that's like a cool like tip that I used to do, was like getting someone I know to be in chat, so that whenever we would talk, it's like I'm not talking to like empty space. Because the worst thing that you could do is, here, like let me sit up for this, like the worst thing that you could do, which I used to do a lot, is when you sit down, right, and you do something like, hey guys, we're playing a game, I'm just gonna break this rock, you know, we're just gonna chop these trees, like that's fine. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but it's like, it's really obvious stuff, right? Like that's not super interesting. Like if I'm coming in and I'm just like, at least, and once again, this is just like my personal feelings on watching streams. Like this is not like actual real life guides for anything. This is just for me, like how I try and like approach it is like, okay, well, you know, I kind of want to talk about, you know, like the game stuff, but that's not something I want to do constantly. Like it shouldn't be something that's like more obvious. Like it should be more long-term things, or maybe plans of what you think you should be doing at some point in the game. Like nothing that's overly obvious, because like that's a little boring, you know. Like if I'm like going into the stream and all somebody is saying is like, we're mining rocks, like that's fine, but I'm just like, okay, so what else are you doing? Like do you have any cool plans, or do you have like any ideas? And even if you don't have plans, I think it's good to just admit that, you know, like, oh, we don't have plans, but maybe we could come up with something cool. Yeah, it's like setting up goals, or like chatting about something that's like interesting to you, or maybe like you've experienced in your life, or like something that's recently going on. It's like nice if you could also wrap people into your community, like if they could join in your conversation, in the sense of like, sometimes when you see like new people who join a stream, right, like first time chatters, like you'll occasionally see like first time chatters, they come into the stream, you know, sometimes they'll follow, sometimes they won't. Regardless, it's like nice to chat with new people. It's always nice to like ask them, you know, how their day is, how it's going for them. Some people are a little bit more open to chatting about how their day has been going. Some people are a little bit more like reserved, because they don't want to like, you know, obviously write too much about themselves online, which is fair, right? Like that's always fair. And so I think that's always something to take into consideration too, is just to like get to know people. But maybe that's more of a personal thing, because I got into this for that reason, to get to know more people and to like play games and have a good time, basically. And so I think it definitely depends on priorities. Like if you have a different priority, like if you're focused on something else with your kind of like streaming journey / career, then that's completely fair. And I don't think this applies to like everyone, but this is kind of my approach to it, because I think that's like the best way to like interact with people and get to know people, right? Because like, what's a good example? There was one viewer, his name is Joshy. I've known him for about 3 years now. I've known him for, honestly, maybe more than that, maybe 4 years now. And you know, the first time that I ever met him, I was in my first year of college. I've graduated college at this point, but that was like my first year of college, right? And he was in high school, you know, and he was talking to me about his like football stuff, and I was just like, that's really cool, like, because he was like super big into football, and that was like kind of a big part of like his kind of goals and dreams and stuff, was football. And so it's like, I think he ended up like you know, like over the span of 4 years, like I just got to know his life to an extent, of like just knowing what he kind of is going through in school, and like how his dreams have evolved, and like if he's still going for football, and like how college is going, like once he starts getting into that kind of journey. It's like cool, you know, like you get to experience something like that, right? Which I feel like you never would be able to if you get into streaming, right? And so it's like, it's nice to be able to go into a stream and really just get to know people, because as time goes on, like you'll continue to see more of these people, like the same people come into your streams, and you will know like exactly how their life is going, right? And how things are going. And I think that's a cool experience you're not going to get anywhere else, especially if you do other types of content. Like if you do TikTok or YouTube Shorts, anything like that, you probably won't see something like that very often, right? Like for example, I do have like a YouTube channel, and I get like a decent amount of views on my YouTube channel doing like very niche content. And for the YouTube channel, like I get a good amount of views, I have a decent amount of subs, but I don't really know any of these people, right? Like I provide like a specific type of video that a specific niche really enjoys, right? But outside of that, I don't really have much interaction with them, which is like, to an extent, fine. That's how I expected it to be. But also it's like a different feeling than streaming. This is why, like, you know, if I focused on my YouTube channel more, technically I would probably find a lot more success and make a lot more money, because that channel actually generates a decent amount of money. But the thing is, like, from a creative aspect and a kind of like fulfilling aspect, I just prefer streaming because I get to know people, right? And I think that's like a big part of why I think streaming is fun, no matter if it's like, if I actually ever make it or not. I think that's like a different story and a different like discussion, because you cannot make it and still enjoy what you're doing, and enjoy the process and still think of it as a success in your mind, because you're having like fun doing it, and it's like fulfilling a certain goal / enjoyment for you, if that makes sense. And that's kind of like a ramble, but like it also helps me whenever I like talk about it to people, because it like really reaffirms like why I do this. Because it's like, I think anybody can get frustrated at like progress. I think that's like one of the things that, sorry, I'm doing geodes right now, but I think anyone can get upset at progress and lack thereof of progress, because like, you know, it sucks putting effort into something and not seeing the results that you expect or want, right? And I think that's fine. I think that's very normal for people. But you know, despite me doing streaming for the idea of like, oh, I want to interact with more people, it does kind of like annoy me in the sense that like sometimes I'll spend just way too much time doing it, and then I'll burn out, and then I'll just like look at it from like a overall view and just be like, I haven't really made a lot of progress, and that it's like frustrating, right? And I think that like that's a reality for a lot of different people, and so it's just like being able to talk about it for me is good, because I just think that like it just kind of reaffirms that like I should be in it for like a different reason, if that makes sense. Like the same reason that I started it, so I don't kind of lose sight of that. I need to donate some of this stuff to the museum. I'm not sure what the donation stuff does. Like, I don't know if it ends up giving you something at some point, or if it's just cool looking. But like, I guess I'll just keep doing this for now. Then we do have some money in game, so I'll probably end up doing like some seed stuff in the future, like soon. But yeah, no, like back to the conversation that I was kind of in. That's kind of how I would look at it. Yeah, it would just give you some free stuff. Yeah, you don't remember what it does. That's fair. That's fair. I have no clue like what it does either. But yeah, no, I think I you know, kind of explained it pretty well, like how I feel about streaming. For me, streaming is like, if it works out, it works out. If I can find a living through it, cool. If I can't, that's fine. I was in it for like a completely different reason initially, and so like for me, that reasoning is still like real, valid, and true. And so I just do it kind of for fun, right? And I don't take it as seriously, because I've tried it to take this as seriously as possible, but there's no way to game the system as easy as people think without doing certain things. And it's like, it's different, because I think personally that, and this is my own experience, so other people could have different experiences and I could just be completely flat out wrong, and that's fine. I think that YouTube is way easier to grow as a content creator than streaming. I think YouTube is 10 times easier, because YouTube, you can do research, find a market that's like niche that you know has a good amount of viewers, and there's like room for more content creators, and then make good content for that niche, and at some point you'll do okay. That's been my experience with 2 different channels. And so it's like, I would say that it's a lot easier. Streaming is different, because you can do the same thing. You can research, find a niche, and slot yourself in there at some point, but the growth, I think, is a lot slower, because you like, the skill set for a streamer is so much more active. Like, I'm sitting here in real time in my bedroom talking to people. That's difficult. That's like hard. You're chatting with someone, like it's, I could write a script, I could sit here and I could record it, and that's easy, you know? Like, I think that's easy. Writing a script, sitting there, recording it, making a video over it. You don't have to interact with anybody. You just write something, you read it out loud, plan it out, boom, you're there. You could plan everything about your Twitch streams and how you're gonna do things, but when you're sitting here right now and talking to people, that is a different story. That's difficult. Like, that's not as easy as people make it out to be. And the people who are really good at it are like amazing, and also probably have lots of experience doing it too. And so they're like super cool. Tomorrow we're holding the egg festival in the town square. You should arrive between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. if you'd like to attend. What is the egg hunt? It must be like a cool event. But yeah, no, that's kind of how I like looked at kind of streaming and like other types of content, and like why I do it. I don't talk about it a lot. I used to talk about it some, but I don't talk about it a lot, because I feel like most people don't. Clint, you've been breaking rocks open, finding ore. Sorry. I feel like most people don't care for the subject as much, because like, you really have to be someone who's a streamer and also someone who is like a content creator to really like care, I guess. I mean, it might be an interesting topic, but maybe not. I'm not sure. I just try not to talk about it, because I think it's just like, there's no point. But I do think it is good to talk about at some point, like, if that makes sense. Do give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm getting like messages. Sorry, I have like a deadlock planned with friends later. I'm just trying to like make sure I'm not gonna like accidentally miss it, if that makes sense. But yeah, we got the furnace recipe, and I'm not really sure. I guess that just lets us like smelt some stuff later. So we have beans, I think, finally now. Yeah, the extended copper warranty. So the beans, they will constantly grow in, right? Is it a daily thing, or is it more like something that happens over time, like multiple days of time? I'm gonna make another chest for crops. I'm just gonna put it right here. I'm gonna sell these beans because they don't have a rarity. I want to try and save all like the rarity crops, I guess you could say, because somebody said that it's good to save them just in case if you ever need them for something. But I don't want to save all of them because I do want to like sell some for money so I can get more crops. Gotcha. We'll see how it goes the next day. Maybe the next day we'll see like a lot, maybe not. Well, I don't know, but I think I'm gonna sell these beans. I do want to see how much they sell for. I really should have planted more of these, because if they do produce so much, it's like, you know, they do take like 10 days to come in, but once they come in, they're like permanent, you know, it's like a permanent money print. And so the earlier in the month you can get them down, I think the better. I don't know if it's like too late now. Really shouldn't answer. It's been a few years since I played. See, that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. It's just been so long that I can't even like, I don't even know what's going on half the time. Like I can't even predict what is gonna happen, you know. But I also just have really bad memory, so I guess that also plays like a big part of it. Here, I need to water all these crops. The only issue that I have with this game so far, the watering is fine, but like, gosh, when are we gonna get like sprinklers at some point? Because I someone mentioned the first stream that I did this, that there's gonna be like sprinklers in the game, and that's gonna be so cool, because I actually don't have to do this every single morning, and I can just do whatever I want, you know. Also should probably get into mining at some point. I don't remember like when that actually occurs, if it even does at this point in the game. I just remember like that was something that I was really big into, just like exploring all these different places and mining, and once you kind of got to that like experience, like I remember this one area. This might be a little bit of a spoiler, so if you haven't been there and you don't like, if you don't want to get spoiled, then mute the stream. But there's this one area, like I think it was in a cave, but I could be wrong. It's been so long. Like I like I said, I honestly don't remember anything about this game. It was like a cave, and there was like a pool in the cave, but I don't know if it was like a lava pool or if it was like something else. I don't really remember. But there was like a cave, and in that cave there was like a you could get like fish from that pool, and they were worth like a lot of money. They were like cool. But I remember like the fishing mini game for that area was so tough. Like I was struggling most of the time to like catch them, but I don't know where that was. It's like one of those things where I just have no like no memory at all of like exactly where that was. Will these ever grow in, these wild seeds? I hope they do. Before like we have like 20, no, we have 17 days before it changes seasons. Low-key not good, but we'll see. So let me check exactly what we need to do. So we should make a furnace. We should find an axe. Where was it? It was south of the ranch, and then we can raise animals at some point. We can go for the axe first, since I'm kind of like close to that. So south of the ranch would be like this way, because the ranch is down here, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna probably use this time to collect a lot of the stuff that I see here too. But south of the ranch would be down here somewhere. And so we're looking for an axe. I feel like it would be bottom right if I had to make a guess. Bottom right or bottom left, but I'm feeling bottom right because it just seems like it has like the most area of room that it could be, or it could be like somewhere near this house. I still don't know what this is for. I know it's like abandoned. Yeah. Where would the axe be if I would find an axe? I would have to find an axe. Maybe it's like somewhere here, like down this way, like I was saying. And then these spawn back in, so I'm gonna harvest these real quick. I wonder if I should just sell these or if I should just keep them to eat for like energy and stuff. Don't know if it's like worth spending my time doing that. There it is. Yeah. Lost axe. Who is Robin again? Robin's like north of us, right? It's like that one lady that does like a lot of the construction stuff. If I remember correctly, she has like a child. I don't even know, bro. It's been so long since I've actually been up there because I'm nowhere near close enough money to even think about expanding the house or anything like that. I think that's where you do it. Just got a notification. What's that? So do give me 1 second. I'm gonna go check something real quick. Be right back. Are we still deadlocking? Question mark. Sorry, yeah, we had already planned out like a time for deadlock maybe. I just don't know who's like gonna be playing today because everyone has like different obligations and stuff, which is like fair. I'm still like iffy about streaming deadlock. I don't know if it's like entertaining enough to stream deadlock. I feel like everyone streams deadlock. Plus there is something nice about just playing deadlock without worrying about streaming it. It's like one of those games where I think it's like much more fun not streaming it. If that makes sense. I don't know. You can find some characters on deadlock for sure. It's like, but I think that's the case for any type of like online game you play. If I find all types of people. Let's see. Can I use? Okay, I can't use the axe. So if I've gotten the furnace recipe, that means the mines should be open. Like I should be able to go to the mines and like do some stuff there. Sorry, I just saw a lot of like these crops. I'm trying to pick them all up because I do want to start like trying to get my stuff upgraded so that like, especially like the watering can and stuff like that, so I can like water a little bit more. I think it's like multiple tiles at some point, right? It's locked. Why is it locked? Is it bad time? Oh, okay. When do these guys open? I don't know. I think the mines were this way. It was blocked off a while back the last time we checked. Yeah, it was blocked off right here, but I think they cleared it up, which is good. But I'm not sure who lives here. We were never like over here. Adventurers Guild, proven adventures only. What was the Adventurers Guild for? I don't remember that. What? I don't remember. Wait, there's like ore over there. I guess we're gonna like fix this up at some point. I don't know. Just making wild guesses at this point. So how does the mining system in this work again? Is it like multiple floors? How do you like get out? Let's see. Who's this guy? Was just peering down into this old mine shaft. It's been abandoned for decades. So there's probably good ore down there, but a dark place undisturbed for so long, I'm afraid ore isn't the only thing you'll find. Gotcha, okay. He's gonna hand us a weapon. Okay. This is where the combat comes into this game. I remember now. So you just mine and fight things, I think. That's cool. How do I... Let me redo my inventory for this then. Do something like this. Is it worth mining now or should I wait? I should probably store up the rest of the stuff that I don't need so that I can actually like carry more stuff. Like I'll probably put up the fishing rod. I'll probably put up the watering can. I'll probably put up the scythe. Probably put up the axe and the hoe, and then just take these two things in. Then maybe I'll take like some food with me just to try and like keep my energy up while I'm down there and health, because I think that's probably important. We're gonna be fighting anything. I didn't even know there was a health meter though, because I've only seen the energy meter. Here, let me put all this up real quick. I'll just chuck everything in this chest. There we go. Yeah, I'll chuck everything in that chest, and then I'll probably take like leeks with me, dandelions with me, spring onions with me, and then I'll consider that our quote-unquote food source, right? And then I'm gonna go mine for a little bit. I don't really have that much energy, so I guess I could chomp down on something. But I just want to go in there and just explore like maybe a floor or two and just see like how it is, just to see like how much more stuff I need to bring to prep us for the mines. Because that is something that I should probably do first before like making a decision. Because like I have this issue of like making a decision of like, okay, I should do this without really knowing if that's like a good idea. Because like I said, you know, I don't remember anything, so this could be so much more, you know, so much worse than I remember, or so much better. So do you just mine stuff until you find something? Like I wonder if like the colors actually have, well, there's the way down, but I wonder if like the colors actually have like a something that matters. I found stone. You can sleep on some ideas. What does that mean? I'll just keep going down, I think. I guess the ones that are like brightly colored, I see the other way down. The ones that are brightly colored might have something. It's usually how it works in these type of games, right? I don't know. See a bug. I've just gotten like a lot of stone so far. Seems kind of useless. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just keep going down. We don't really have that much time. It's like 7:30 in game. I wonder if there's gonna be like treasure chests you can find. Like, is this something that's considered like a cave carrot? Oh, okay. That's like it's like a little thing that you can find down here to kind of help with your energy, so you can stay down here a little bit longer. That's cool. Okay, so this is where you find some of the more of the ore. So you need coal and ore, I think, like both, to actually smelt the stuff that you need. The stones give you normal stones sometimes. There's ores, like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you need both of those for it to do something. Excuse me. And so to go down, you just have to break like rocks until you find like the one that takes you down. That's an interesting system. Here it is. Oh man, it's about to be 9 game. Oh, there's a huge ore deposit down here. Let me just let me just deal with these guys. They're kind of tanky. Or maybe I'm just doing no damage. Ow. Dude, these guys hurt. Oh. You swing in the direction you face. It doesn't swing at like... You like swing in the direction you face. It doesn't swing where your mouse is pointing. So that's gonna get some like used to. What is this thing? Can I drop sap? Here we go. A quartz. I'm gonna get all the ore here and I'm gonna leave for the night because it does seem like it's getting really late in game and I don't know like if it's gonna mess up if I stay out too late because I haven't stayed out like too late in this game yet. Always been good. I've always been like good at going to sleep early in game. I think this is the last door that I needed, or the only one that's like here. Let me just leave. So I have to climb like everything, right? Or just leave the mine straight up. Okay, so it just puts you straight up here. Yeah, it's like so late. Oh my gosh. I hope I make it. Is it midnight? It's the cutoff. I might not make it, honestly. Maybe. It might be close. No, I'll make it. I'll make it. I just thought it was gonna be really close. It's kind of nice that the mines are like so close to like your house, so you don't have to like end up trucking so far away. You ever think that you're gonna get a new house at some point in this game? That ever like a possibility? Mining proficiency, cherry bomb. What is a cherry bomb and why would I want a cherry bomb? It's 40 gold per green bean. That's crazy. And they just keep producing. Wait, I need to check if like how much is spawned like outside, if it's like a daily thing or not. I forgot that was something you could check. It's not daily. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm going to put up some of this stuff. So what is the thing you need for the furnace? You need copper and stone, which we have enough copper. We have enough stone. Okay, so it's not daily. That's fine. I mean, I think daily would have been super like broken. I'm gonna put the furnace. I'll put it here for now. So how do you actually use it? Like this? Requires 1 coal. Do I have coal? Let me check the mail real quick. No, there's a lot of stone scattered around their farm. If you have a surplus, might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed around your farm. Service convenient places to fill your watering can. That's fine. I don't think we need it personally right now. I need to go deliver this. Take some coal with me. Put this back. Keep everything else. So how does this work? Oh, you need 5 ore per ingot, and then I think it's 1 coal per like thing. Thanks for the raid. How was your stream? Oh my god. How's everyone doing? Welcome into the stream. My name is Ren/Treat. How was stream, man? You're still awake? What time is it for you right now? You were playing Tarkov. How's Tarkov? Tarkov's one of those games where I feel like I should get into low-key because I play like Dark and Darker and it's like similar extraction. But I don't know if it's like worth playing Tarkov because a lot of people have told me there's like a hacker issue, but I don't know. It just seems interesting. Like I played like another game that's like similar. Oh, you rage quit? Oh, so what are so I don't know much about. Hi, how you doing? I don't know much about Tarkov, but is scavs like the thing where other people like control like NPCs? Is that right? And they like come in and like they do stuff. All games got cheaters, to be honest, but I love it. I gotcha. That's fair. I don't know much about like scab. Like, it's much more visible in the game than other games. I see. Gotcha. It's like one of those games where I played like a really similar game to Tarkov. I think it was what is it called again? It was like, it's weird because you're in like a spaceship and then you fly around. It's like Marauders or something like that. It's like people kept, whenever it first came out and I was playing it, people were comparing it to like Tarkov, but it was also like really different from Tarkov in some of the stuff that it did. And so like I enjoyed Marauders, and that's why I wanted to get into Tarkov, but then like I didn't know if that was like a good investment of my time at the time, so I thought it would be cool. Yeah, the Dark and Darker is medieval Tarkov. See, Dark and Darker is the game that I play a lot. I stopped playing it recently because all my friends have stopped playing it, because like they're just a little bit frustrated at the direction that the game is going, because they're like, because we played it at like a fairly high level, like Dark and Darker, and so like we were just getting at some point just really we were just not having a good time, because every match was like all we did was PvP, and it was like it was getting really frustrating, so they all quit, and I'm just like, well, I guess that game's dead. Problem with Tarkov is the learning curve is high as fuck. I see. Tarkov Arena is free to play. Thanks for the follow. I really do appreciate it, Bubbles. Or Bubble Waffles. But yeah, no. That's also another thing, is like if I get into Tarkov, like I wonder how difficult it would be to like learn everything, because it's like one of those things where it's just like I'd have heard that it is difficult, because yeah, Dark and Darker is really steep of a learning curve. Like I've tried playing Dark and Darker on stream, but it's like Dark and Darker is a weird game, because I feel like I need to play, like I don't like playing it solo. You can play it solo, but I don't like playing it solo. I think solo Dark and Darker is like weird in the sense it's like a lot of the matchups are like really unbalanced. It's not like Dark and Darker, playing it solo for me, it's like super unbalanced low-key, because like there's certain classes you just can't play solo, and I'm a wizard main on Dark and Darker, so like I can never play that like wizard solo. Like I'm just not that, like that's just not my play style, and so I just get rolled. I just get completely rolled. So how much Dark and Darker like have you played? Is that something that you do like often? Because I feel like most of the people that I know don't play it outside of like 2 people, but they like stop playing. Probably 10 hours total. I gotcha. I think the last time I checked, how many hours of Dark and Darker do we have? We had like I think I had like 500 hours on Dark and Darker. One of my other friends has like 1,000. I don't know, he just plays it so much more than I do. And then another one's like the other guy that I play with, he has like 200, something like that. I'm on 600 hours and counting on Tarkov. I see. Is it worth like jumping in it though, like low key? Because I've been thinking about it. I have nothing else to do, and I've just kind of been like looking at games to play. I don't know, I feel like I'm in a game drought right now. Like there's so many games out, but I have like no interest in playing them except for like a few of them, and it's just like, for me it is definitely, but I have a good party. Yeah, that's how I feel about Dark and Darker, not gonna lie. It's like if you were to ask me if it's worth playing Dark and Darker, I would resoundingly say it is not, because it is just not. Like the learning curve is steep, and there's so much stuff that's so unbalanced that if you're not playing in like a team that knows what they're doing, you're just gonna be frustrated all the time, low-key. It's definitely more fun when you get, yeah, exactly. No, I completely agree for sure. Found the axe. But yeah, no, we're just doing Stardew Valley right now because I can't be loud right now because my parents are home and they're like slumped and sleeping, And so I'm trying to like keep my voice down and not get in trouble because they're like right outside my room. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. I'm down to try to try Tarkov. In your in your experience with Tarkov. Oh, the game costs $70. I mean, that is pretty crazy. But in your experience with Tarkov, do you think it's like more of an intense game, or do you think it's more like you take it slow, like a match? Like, do you take a match like kind of slow, or do they like happen like really, really quick? Very intense. Okay. So I know that it's an extraction game, right? But like, what basically is your objective for like a match? Like, what are you just trying to, like, just going in, just like getting some stuff and then coming out? You have a rat play style, so you just usually stay in the shadows. I see. But your party loves the Bastion. That's fair. I think for me, it's like I'm like not good at FPS games, so it could be like nice to see how it goes for me. Oh my gosh, a lot of things are growing in right now. I'm gonna sell these potatoes and then probably put some stuff up. But yeah, no, like it's like interesting because I just haven't heard much about Tarkov because I'm not like I don't consume content on it either. So it's like super fresh for me, right? Like I have no clue what's going on except like very, very small things, if that makes sense. I love just looting and sniping from afar, but yeah, my party jumps in the high contested areas. When we do well, we get mad loot. I see. Okay, so I feel like I would probably enjoy the game for very similar reasons, because that's kind of what I do in Dark and Darker 2. Is just I really enjoy the looting and just like playing range classes and just having a good time. Oh, they have like the no name tag system. Wait, that's cool. The no name tag system I think is a cool mechanic, but it can get super frustrating because they did that for Dark and Darker for one patch. I remember exactly, like they did it for one patch where you couldn't see the names of your teammates, and it was so hectic. Like I remember like vividly that, like I thought it made the game better, low key, personally, but I know a lot of people complained about it because they just weren't used to it, and so it got reverted, I think, right now. So they have like the name tags back. Look, I know like that is for sure because I remember playing it. I think it recently Dark and Darker wiped, so I was playing it not too long ago. Yeah, no, low key, like I think it's much better. So is each map like similar, or is it like randomized and stuff like that? Or are you going through like, is there like a rotation of maps that are like super similar? To get some rest. Thanks for talking and streaming. Yeah, no, I appreciate you stopping by, Hexagon. It does mean a lot. You can pick and choose. It's a set of maps. Okay, yeah, cool. I mean, I'm down to join. Do you guys have like a set time you usually play? Like exactly like a specific time? Because I'm currently unemployed, so I don't care when it is. I just don't know like when it is, if that makes sense. 30 minutes. Okay, yeah. No, not really. Okay. Or if you see me live or just gaming in my server, you can hop in and watch. No, not really. I gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm down at whenever, like at any time. I probably will get the game just to see like how it is. It is on Steam, right? You think so? Let me check how much Tarkov is right now. Tarkov. It's not. Interesting. Is it Escape from Tarkov? It's a free weekend. The arena is coming, and then there's a beta for the other thing. No, Streamlabs. Well, you got wiped. You got full wiped. That's crazy. I don't know why. That's the first time that's happened since I started streaming. Yeah, Automod got cooked. I have it pulled up though. You get guaranteed access to the closed beta, digital copy preloaded, unique in-game name, extended stash. Oh wait, no, this is like the big edition, the unheard edition. It's $250. Yo, that's like crazy. That's crazy. I think the cheapest is $50. Escape from Tarkov Standard Edition, guaranteed access to closed beta. I think 50 is not that bad. Need to register first, and I'll do this later. Yeah. Probably will end up buying the game sometime soon. I got the Edge of Darkness no longer sold though, but it was 150 or something. Got it sale for 100. Gotcha. I think I'll just get the standard edition and just play it. I think $50 is not that bad. I might end stream here though, because I have like something planned with some friends right after this. We're gonna be playing Deadlock, which is that new Valve like MOBA game that came out like recently. We're gonna play a little bit of Deadlock, probably do that off stream for a little bit, hang out with some friends. I don't know, I'll just like raid someone and call it for today. It was fun though. Kind of had a nice chat today. Who's on? No one's on. It's like it's too early right now. Oh my god, I got the invite for the beta, but I didn't accept it. The game's okay. I don't mind it. I think it's better low-key than like League of Legends and like most other MOBA games. I think it's a little bit more fun, but it's like it's not bad. Yes, recommend me someone to raid, please. I don't have anyone on right now. Fun stream, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the raid earlier too. It does mean a lot. Here is good. Most of the people that I know that I have followed are not on right now. Small streamer for arts. Cool, we can do that. Cool, but I appreciate the raids. It was really good. I will get Tarkov probably right after stream while I'm booting up the Deadlock with friends. But I appreciate the raid. It does mean a lot. It's been a while since we've talked, but yeah, no, for sure. All right, see you guys tomorrow.